video was made possible thanks to the support of assetprotection.au, supporting security professionals achieve more with the Aritech range of products.
When you're putting in a Tecom Challenger security system, one of the choices you've really got to get right is the keypad. I mean, think about it. It's the one part of the system your clients will see and touch day in and day out. So in this explainer, we're going to break down the whole range, from the super tough outdoor units to the sleek indoor touchscreens to help you nail the perfect fit for any job. Let's jump in.
You know, every security system has a front door, and the keypad is pretty much it. This is how everyone, from your everyday employees to the building manager, actually uses the system. It's not just about turning alarms on and off. Its whole look and feel really sets the tone for the entire experience. A clunky keypad can make even the most high-tech system feel, well, ancient.
And just look at the difference here. I mean, wow. On one side, you've got this rugged, almost military-grade keypad that looks like it could survive anything. And on the other, a slick, modern touchscreen that would look perfect in a brand-new office lobby. This is definitely not a one-size-fits-all deal.
So, that leaves us to the big question, right? How in the world do you find the perfect fit for the job? How do you figure out which piece of hardware matches the environment, the security level, and what the user actually expects? Well, that's exactly what we're about to figure out.
First up, let's talk about the really tough spots. We're talking about places where your security gear has to be seriously tough, totally resilient, and just able to take a beating. Because, let's face it, being delicate just isn't an option.
And this is the TS006 heavy-duty keypad. Honestly, just think of it as the armored tank of the Tecom lineup. If you need a keypad for a construction site, a public parking garage, or really any place where it's going to face harsh weather, potential vandalism, or just constant heavy use, this is your go-to. It is built for one thing, to be incredibly tough. So what makes it so tough? Well, the stainless steel body is the obvious part, right? It's practically begging someone to try and break it. But here's the really smart part of the design. The electronics are completely separate from the keypad itself. Now this is crucial. It means even if some troublemaker manages to rip the keypad right off the wall, the secure controller, the brains of the operation, is still safe and sound inside the building. That is a massive security advantage. Okay, so that's the fortress. But what if your main enemy is just the elements? You know, rain, dust, crazy temperatures. But you don't really need a vandal-proof metal box. Well, there's a different tool for that job. And here it is, the TS1162. This little guy is designed for one thing: versatility in nasty weather. It's housed in this really robust plastic, and the whole design is just focused on sealing everything out. That makes it perfect for exposed outdoor spots that don't have a huge risk of someone trying to smash it. And this list really shows off its strengths. That IP67 rating, that's a huge deal. It means it's completely sealed against dust and can literally be submerged in water without any issues. Now you combine that with a massive operating temperature range, from a freezing -40 all the way up to a scorching 55 Celsius, and you've got a keypad that'll work just about anywhere, from a dusty factory floor to an icy gate in the middle of winter. All right, let's step inside now, into your more typical commercial space. In here, the priorities change a bit. We're not just thinking about toughness anymore. We need a mix of great functionality, user-friendliness, and, you know, it has to look good in a professional setting, like an office or a reception desk. And this is the CA111X series. You know what I love about this design? It's how it hides complexity. With that cover-up, it's super clean, really simple, but just flip it down and you get a full-function keypad and a whole bank of status LEDs. It gives advanced users all the control they could ever want without cluttering up the wall for everyone else. And breaking down the series is actually super simple. You basically have two choices to make. First, how much info do you need to see on the screen? You can pick between a 2-line or a 4-line LCD. And second, do you want to use a card in addition to a pin? If you do, then the 15 and 16 models have a smart card reader built right in. It's a really logical way to get the exact model you need. Now, for those places where a simple PIN code just isn't going to cut it, we need to talk about the next level of security. We're moving into encrypted card-based access. This is for when knowing who is at the door is just as important as the code they know. And that brings us to the TS0870 series of smart card readers. These devices are all about one thing: secure encrypted authentication using cards. So you'll notice there's no keypad, it's just a reader. They come in a few different styles too, from standard indoor ones to heavy-duty versions. So you can use them anywhere. High security card access is the #1 priority.
And if you're wondering just how big of a security leap we're talking about, well, get a load of this number. When it's in secured mode, these readers use a password system with over 268 million combinations. That is a whole different universe of security compared to a standard 4 or 6-digit PIN.
But here's the thing that makes these really powerful. They do more than just unlock doors. Because you can securely store credentials and even monetary credits right on the card itself, they open up all these pay-per-use applications. We're talking about activating photocopiers, library printers, even vending machines. This changes the device from just a security tool into a really powerful facility management asset.
Okay, finally, let's talk about the user experience that everyone expects these days. I mean, we all have smartphones, right? We expect an interface that's easy to use, graphical, stylish, it just has to feel modern.
And here is Tecom's answer to that, the TS1001 touchscreen remote arming station. With that brushed aluminum finish and that big, bright touch interface, this is absolutely the premium, modern front door for any Challenger system.
You know, the official description sums it up perfectly. It says it brings simplicity and style to the Challenger security system. And that's exactly what it does. It's designed to take all that power and complexity under the hood and present it through an interface that's just elegant and incredibly easy to use.
So what's so great about it? Well, first, that touch interface with a full QWERTY keyboard just makes everything easier, from programming to everyday use. Second is a really clever security feature called the Scramble Pad. For high security spots, it actually rearranges the numbers every single time, making it impossible for someone to guess your code by watching where you press. And third, and this is a big one for installers, firmware updates are now a piece of cake. You can do them with a USB stick or even remotely.
Okay, whew, we've covered the whole range, from the toughest of the tough to the most advanced touchscreens. So let's boil all of that down into one final simple checklist to help you make the right call.
This table really sums it all up. If your absolute top priority is extreme durability, we're talking protection from vandals, you want the TS006, no question. For general outdoor use where the weather is your main enemy, the TS1162 is your reliable workhorse. For your standard indoor office, the CA11X series gives you some great options. If you need high security encrypted cards, then you're looking at the TS8070 series. And for that premium, modern user experience, the TS1001 touchscreen is the clear winner.
So, at the end of the day, remember this. The right keypad isn't just a gadget you use to type in a code. It really is the face of your entire security system. The choice you make has a direct impact on how easy it is to use every day, how reliable it is in the long run, and honestly, how people feel about the quality of the whole installation.
Which really just leaves us with one last question for you to think about on your own projects. What does your front door say about your security?